Well, hello from Coolani here in Sligo, and welcome to the very first Trad at lunch and Trad tune at lunch. We're coming here in association with the Hawkswell Theatre in Sligo. I'd like to say a very, very big thank you to Marie and everyone at the Hawkswell Theatre for getting this going. It's been a wonderful, wonderful series with Kathy Jordan that is running every day. The lockdown singing sessions, and it's going absolutely fantastically. So I was delighted that the Hawkswell decided to do a tune, a trad tune a day. So we're going to be here. We don't know how long we're going to be here. It looks like it's going to be at least for a few weeks anyhow, and every day we're going to play a different tune. And the idea is that I play it a couple of times first, and then we'll talk a little bit about it, and then at the end, before I finish up, I play it again at a nice easygoing speed. So if anybody has their instruments ready and you know the tune, it'll be lovely to play it together at the end. Now, since today is the very first day, I've had to go and pick a tune myself, but what I'm hoping over the next few days and the next few weeks is that some of you might be so kind as to suggest a tune or two as we go along. Depending on how many suggestions we get, I may not be able to get around to them all, but I'll do my best. If I know the tune already, fantastic. If I don't, I'll do my best to look it up and learn it. And that'll be exciting for me as well. Maybe you might point me towards a couple of lovely tunes that I haven't come across before. So we'll see how it goes. Also, if anybody has any suggestions as we go along, that'll be wonderful. Types of tunes from particular musicians or areas, that'll keep it interesting. And of course, if you have any dedications or requests that you'd like me to do, we'll try and get around to that as well. So to start things off today, which is Wednesday, I nearly said Monday there. So Wednesday, we're starting on a Wednesday. And we're going to be doing this on Monday to Friday every week. Take a little break over the weekend, that's so you can have a break as well as myself. And so today I was going to start off with a jig that was composed by one of our fantastic composers, one of my favourite composers of traditional music, Charlie Lennon, who comes from Leitrim, just down the road. And now last week, a fantastic fiddle player that most of you will know very well, Ben Lennon, sadly passed away. But Ben was the absolutely wonderful age of 91, and what an amazing fiddler character. We've seen great tributes online from lots of you over the last week or so. Ben was a very, very special man and musician, and I'm sure lots of you out there have great memories of Ben. He was a great man to play a session as well, and certainly my memories of him are he always played at such a beautiful musical speed. And the tune that we're going to play start off this Trad Tunes at Lunch series with, as I said, it's composed by Charlie Lennon, and he called it Ben's Brogues, or Brogue Ben. And I don't know anything else about the story. There must be some story that Charlie knows to do with Ben's shoes. I know Ben was a great man for the suits as well. He worked for many years with McGee in Donegal town. So I'm going to play this tune first, and for any of you who are looking, maybe who don't know the tune already, and are looking for the notes of the tune, it's actually in Charlie Lennon's second book of tunes, Musical Memories Volume 2, a great treasure trove of his compositions. Some are incredibly well known and are played by musicians all over the world, and some then would be more recent tunes that haven't gotten around as much. So it's a very interesting book to look through. Beside me here I have this beautiful book that a lot of people have been looking at, particularly over the last week, a gorgeous collection and stories about Ben Lennon's life and musical life, and such a beautiful publication, great illustrations and photographs, and it oozes with atmosphere, just like the man himself. So if you can get your hands on this, I know it's hard to get out these days, but when things are back to normal, I would certainly recommend having a look at this beautiful book. It's a great treasure trove of information about Ben's life. So anyhow, hopefully some of you are logged on. Since it's the first day, I wanted to talk for a little bit just to make sure we have the audio all working. So I'm going to play Ben's Brogues, and then I'll play it a little bit slower later on so we can play it together. Alright, for anyone who's just joining us, that was a jig called Ben's Brogues, and it was written by the wonderful Charlie Lennon for his brother Ben Lennon. We play that as a tribute to Ben, who sadly passed away last week. So now, before we finish up, and as I mentioned at the beginning, I would be absolutely thrilled to hear any stories, comments, tune suggestions, all that sort of stuff that we can tap into over the next couple of weeks during our daily trad tune at lunchtime. So before we finish off, and we're going to do this every day as well, I'm going to play the tune now a little bit slower for anybody who wants to play along at home with it, or maybe learn the tune if they enjoyed it. And as time goes on and we start to plan a little bit ahead, what I'll do is I'll mention at the end of every day what tune we're going to have a look at tomorrow. So I don't have a tune yet because I'm waiting for all your lovely suggestions first, but when we get that figured out, I'll be giving you some advance notice. So we'll finish off now with Ben's Brogues, and we'll play it twice over at a nice relaxed pace. So looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow at lunchtime, and thanks a million for tuning in to our very first trad tune at lunch. And before we finish as well, I want to say a big thank you again to Marie and the Hawkswell Theatre in Sligo for keeping the music and the songs going during this time. Alright, well, enjoy the rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and hopefully with people tuning in from lots of different places. I know it's lunchtime here in Ireland, but it's later than that, and certainly much earlier than that in different parts of the world. So I hope it didn't get you up too early or keep you up too late at night, but we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a million.